Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about a topic that's usually fairly controversial. If you haven't seen my video on 3 key fundamental needs for any worldview, please look at that first because it's going to explain why I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Today I'm going to talk about Planned Parenthood and the arguments for defunding it. I will grant you, a lot of the arguments in place are religious arguments. However, according to my video, religion is not necessarily a good reason for believing it. Necessarily. But I'm going to give you some reasons why, on a non-religious basis, it makes sense to defund Planned Parenthood. 1. Planned Parenthood is considered a non-profit organization, same as the Red Cross, same as the Humane Society, same as a lot of other things. All those other places subsist upon the donations of the people that it benefits and the people that like it. If it is a worthy non-profit organization, it survives based off of donations. For example, the Red Cross gets blood donations and then they sell them to hospitals, and the revenue generated by that continues to allow the Red Cross function and give aid and continue all of its processes. Now, basically on fact, on just record alone, the Planned Parenthood does have a way of generating its own income. It costs money to do abortions, it gets subsidized by the U.S. government, which I'm arguing against in this video, but it also sells fetal body parts for research purposes. Now, let's say that the government defunds it. If Planned Parenthood is really worthy of existing at all, the people around it who get helped by it should be willing to donate towards it. If it is a worthy non-profit organization, it will survive based off of its own merit alone. Now, some politicians, most notably Bernie Sanders, has said that an attack on defunding Planned Parenthood is an attack on women. And I disagree, for this reason. Just because I take away money from one section does not mean that I'm taking away money from women. For example, there are approximately 15,000 health clinics in the U.S. A fair amount of them are for women only. Now, there are 469, I believe, Planned Parenthoods in the U.S. Let's say I take away $500 billion from 469 Planned Parenthoods. Let's say I redirect that money to one of the other 15,000 healthcare clinics for women. Am I really depriving money from women? Am I denying them any type of aid? No. I'm simply telling a non-profit organization, if you're really non-profit, and you are a worthy non-profit organization, you should be able to exist upon the sponsorship of those involved. That's it. If you really disagree with that, then why do we not subsidize the Red Cross? Why do we not subsidize the Oregon Humane Society? Why do we not subsidize a lot of things? The Red Cross is able to generate a huge amount of money from its own selling. Now, I believe that the selling of fetal body parts should be illegal. In which case, sure, we can, theoretically, give them money. But they're doing it, and there are videos documenting that explicitly, by the way. It's not up to interpretation. It is a self-admitted fact by the people in the videos who are very high representatives of Planned Parenthood. So the fundamental talking points are, if a non-profit organization is worthwhile, it should be able to exist upon donations alone. Planned Parenthood has a way to generate its own income, albeit I consider it wrong, but it has a way to generate its own income. Therefore, it should need government support even less. 3. It's not taking away, or in any way an attack on women, as the money that we take away from Planned Parenthood would be redirected towards other, more worthy healthcare establishments for women. So, in terms of the best possible arguments, why does Planned Parenthood deserve money? The answer is really, it doesn't deserve it any more than any of the other women's healthcare clinics. In fact, it deserves it less. Why? And in the entire state of Texas, there's not one government-certified mammogram machine in the entire state of Texas for Planned Parenthoods. What happened to that procedure? Do women in Texas just not magically need mammograms? I don't think so. So, really, if you're going to respond to this, and I would advise that you do, feel free to respond to this if you are disagreeing with what I'm saying. You tell me what separates Planned Parenthood, 469 of them, by the way, from the other 14,460 some odd healthcare clinics in the U.S. that are dedicated to women. What makes it more worthy of donation? What makes it more worthy of government spending? And the better question is this: why would we subsidize Planned Parenthood, which only helps women, when they give, factually, the worst condoms out, when they factually have not reported cases of rape, which they're supposed to, and I can provide links in the description for the documented cases, when they factually have misrepresented their cases and advised women to do things that they're not supposed to do. They're physically not supposed to sponsor women to do particular things. Now, in addition to this comes the more important question: is abortion okay? And frankly, that's not the point. The point of this video is to ask, should the government be taxing men and women for the benefit of a corporation that generates massive amounts of money on its own, but only helps half, at most? It will only ever help women. Men will not get pregnant. We don't need abortions. We don't need mammograms, really. In general, we don't. And if we do, we don't go to Planned Parenthood. We go to our doctors. So why should the government tax everybody and then donate to something that only helps a few people? I thought the point of government was to help all equally. Isn't that the entire point of feminism? To help everybody the same? To treat everybody the same? To give everybody the same respect and treatment, regardless of sex and gender and race? I mean, to me that sounds like egalitarianism, but I'm willing to accept it as a definition of feminism in this video. But isn't that the entire point? Isn't that the point of the entire Democrat Party? Isn't their self-proclaimed purpose to make everybody be treated equally? Why are guys being taxed to subsidize women? Shouldn't guys be taxed to subsidize men and women be taxed to subsidize women? Question.